Good coffee. That was so needed. Now, before I actually start this video, I want to apologise for the way that I look right now. I may seem like I'm high as fuck or whatever, but I didn't manage to get any sleep last night, and you can tell that there's a Mr. Doggo in the background. Yeah, barely even had any good hours of sleep last night just because of some things going on, so I apologise. So I may end up rushing this and get this video out ASAP because it is Sunday today and I want to get these predictions done before the actual show itself. So these are my WWE Great Balls of Fire predictions coming at you, and I'm on the run predictions. Okay, Great Balls of Fire predictions here on my lovely iPad, even though it's slow as hell. But anyway, we're just going to run down through the match cards, see who I'm predicting to win. Again, if you do want to check out and follow me on Snapchat, because I usually do these where I just do my reactions and give updates what's going on throughout the show, then feel free to add me on Snapchat. It's in the description down below, alongside all of my other social media. So let's just go right down to it. All predictions and drinking rules will be in the description down below as well. So let's get right down to it. So the first match that we have, and surprisingly it's on the pre-show, we've got the Cruiserweight Champion Neville taking on Akira Tozawa with Titus O'Neil. I've got Neville for this. I think it's just going to be keeping the title for what it is all the way up until SummerSlam. Tozawa, I don't think Tozawa is going to win this. You know, he's not particularly on Neville's level. But of all things, I do think Titus is going to give out some sort of distraction throughout the course of the show. Neville's going to attack Titus. Tozawa's going to attempt to do like some sort of roll up or whatnot, and Neville will just beat the living shit out of Tozawa. He's not ready for a title shot. But I do think coming around SummerSlam, we are probably going to get kind of like a 6-pack challenge, where I do think it's going to be Neville, TJP, Tony Nese, Jack Gallagher, Brian Kendrick and Cedric Alexander. That's what I think is going to happen. But as of right now, we have to see what happens, but I'm predicting Neville to retain the Cruiserweight title. Next up is a 30-man Iron Man match for the Raw Tag Team titles. I think this is the first time that they've actually done this. So it's Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Hardys. I did know for a fact this we was going to get this rematch. I've got Sheamus and Cesaro. I think they're going to keep the belts on them as of right now. Probably we'll have to see what happens up until SummerSlam. But yeah, I've got Sheamus and Cesaro. This match will probably go on, I think, just a little bit under the half-an-hour mark. Probably a good 25 minutes this match will end up. I think we're going to see a 1-1 between the two, and then they'll just battle it out for ages to get the second fall. That's what I think is going to happen. So I've got Sheamus and Cesaro for that. But I honestly don't care. I think the only match that I do actually care about for the most part is the two final matches, which I will get into as we go through this. So next we have the Intercontinental Championship, The Miz with his Miztourage, Bo Dallas and Axel with Maryse taking on Dean Ambrose. I've got The Miz. I don't really want to see Ambrose as champion again for quite some time. He's quite boring, to be quite honest with you. Dean Ambrose is quite boring. Yeah, I think when it comes to putting the title on Ambrose, he doesn't really do anything with it, to be honest. He's not really much of a fighting champion compared to The Miz. So I'm going to say The Miz is going to retain. And we do need the new set of challenges. We can't just keep The Miz versus Ambrose. How long has this been going on for now? About since Extreme Rules, I want to say. Now, according to I don't know whether this was Adam Blompier, aka Plumpy, or Adam Pacitti from WhatCulture.com in their prediction video where Maryse could potentially turn heel. I wouldn't say she's going to turn heel, but I think she's going to have some miscommunication between Miz and Maryse for Ambrose to pick up a win. If that does happen, then it is what it is, but I do think for the most part, my dog's moving about in the background, he can't keep still. But I do think the Miz is going to retain for what it is. He's got his little Miz Taraj, which is probably a bad name for some sort of stable, but yeah, I've got the Miz. I don't really want to see Ambrose as champion for quite some time. Next up, we've got Little Enzo Amore versus Big Cass, and I will say, from the words of Adam Pacitti himself, Big Cass is going to beat the living shit out of Enzo. I think this feud is going to continue all the way till SummerSlam again. Yeah, I've got Big Cass. There's no way Enzo's going to beat him. Come on. Next we've got Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. My dog can't keep still, it's pissing me off. Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's title. I've got Alexa Bliss. Sasha Banks hasn't really done anything for the past few months, as we all know. I think they're slowly trying to get Sasha to turn heel at this rate. I think Alexa's just gonna... Alexa and Sasha Banks will probably have a rematch at SummerSlam. Probably. But as of right now, I want to see Alexa Bliss continue her championship reign and see what goes down the line for her. But I still actually want to see Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. They'll probably just throw Nia Jax in there just for what it is. I think she deserves a title opportunity. She didn't really have that title match to what she had against Bliss on Raw due to like all the distractions from Alexa Bliss attacking Dana Brooke and Mickie James at ringside. So if Nia Jax gets put in the match for SummerSlam, then I'm happy. So I've got Alexa Bliss for now for what it is. Next we got Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt. I've got Seth Rollins. Yep, I have no cares about this rivalry whatsoever. Seth Rollins is going to beat Bray Wyatt. I think it's kind of obvious. Bray Wyatt pulls off these great promos and he never seems to win. So, Seth Rollins. And the last two matches here, which probably the most ones I am going to care about. We've got an ambulance match. Where this is rare that this actually happens. I think the last ambulance match we had was like 2012 between no, actually, to the lie, I think it was Ryback versus John Cena at 2013. I think it was Extreme Rules. Or it could be Payback, I can't remember. I have to look back at that. Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. As we all know at the last pay-per-view, which was Payback, Braun Strowman actually beat Roman Reigns. I think this time Reigns is actually going to pick up a win. Yeah. Again, this rivalry's been on for quite so long now. I just want to see Strowman face someone else now. This is just too much. Even though I know that Braun is quote unquote not finished with him, but yeah, I've got Roman Reigns for what it is. Because he's Roman Reigns, I'm just gonna go with Reigns for what it is. And finally, the Universal Championship match: Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. I was gonna be picking Joe, but seeing as that Reigns could be facing either of the two at SummerSlam, I've gone with Brock Lesnar, and because Joe versus Lesnar, they're gonna pull off a great match. I do know this for a fact. But I just think because it's Brock Lesnar's first title defense since WrestleMania, I think they're gonna just keep the championship on Brock for a while, up until Survivor Series, I presume. I really don't want to see Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns again, but for the most part, if they do actually do this thing at WrestleMania 34 where it's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, it's going to be boring as hell. It's not going to be nothing compared to what we saw at WrestleMania 31 with the addition of Seth Rollins cashing in. So I think what we're going to see, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, just to get out of the way. But I don't really want to see Reigns. I don't think we're going to see Reigns as Universal Champion as of yet. He's probably going to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and then Reigns is going to be put in these other rivalries. He's probably going to face Finn Balor. He's probably going to face Samoa Joe later on at some point. And then I think I most likely want to see Roman Reigns vs John Cena at WrestleMania 34 because he's now a free agent. But we'll have to see what happens. So I've basically gone for Brock Lesnar. They're most likely going to do Brock Lesnar vs Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I just want to get that match out of the way. I don't want to see it at WrestleMania for whatever reason, whatever the case will be. So yeah, I do think Roman Reigns is going to win the ambulance match. Brock Lesnar is going to retain the Universal title, and there might be some sort of confrontation after Lesnar retains by Roman Reigns, and then we'll just have to see what goes on from there. So, but then again, Samoa Joe could be put into the mix of this Universal title match at SummerSlam. Who knows? So it could be Reigns, Joe, and Lesnar, but we have to see. So that is basically it. Again, all my predictions are in the description down below, as well as the drinking rules, which are the usual: down your drink for surprise returns debuts, down your drink for face heel turns, down your drink when a title changes hands. All my predictions, I predicted everyone to retain, but that might not likely happen. The additional drinking rules: drink for every time someone's hit with a weapon, because we'll probably see this in the the ambulance match, and probably Brock Lesnar vs Samoa Joe, who knows. And because the show is called Great Balls of Fire, let me do that again. Can you keep still, dog, please? Because the show's Great Balls of Fire, Great Balls of Fire, drink for every time they say the word balls. Yes, that is one of the drinking rules. So again, predictions, drinking rules in the description down below. I'm Keep563. Dog, can you please keep still? Please. Jesus Christ. See, my dog cannot keep still in these videos. It's annoying. But again, predictions, drinking rules in the description down below. Do add me on Snapchat if you want to check out my reactions and updates for Great Balls of Fire tonight. I'm Keep563, and I'll see you for Great Balls of Fire on Snapchat. See you for the next predictions video, which is Battleground, in the next few weeks. And I will see you guys next time. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.